What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 16 of the Metro Drive. And today we're going to talk about why coaching in general, not even just jiu-jitsu coaching, but coaching in general is one of the hardest jobs on the planet. And the first, I got like a whole list. And so the first and foremost is you're dealing with people, right? Like when you're a mechanic, you're dealing with machines. And, obviously my day job, we deal with, like, construction and doors and carpentry. And you always have the option of just smacking something in place. Like, I've seen guys in mechanic shops take, like, full baseball bat swings with a sledgehammer to get some brake drums off. So you can always use that kind of, the hammer, if you will. And when you're dealing with people, that's just, you can take that approach. I don't know. I guess it's a special type of person to take that approach. Sometimes they need it, but overall you're dealing with people's emotions, and so you kind of got to balance that line. But we'll start going down the list. Reason number one that being a coach is a difficult job. People are flaky. All right, like I can't tell you how many people like express interest. You know, they're like, oh, sweet, jiu-jitsu looks good. It's just what I need. I've been thinking about this for 2 years. Hey, cool, come on in, check us out. Boom, ghosted. Just ghosted. And then, we follow up because, hey, they want to, they said they want to get, this one guy, he's like, hey, I want to get in shape. I want to change up my workout. He works out at Planet Fitness, right? And I'm following up like, hey, what's up, bro? Come on, let's do it. Let's change it up. Let's go. Let's get you in. And followed up. And finally I sent him because this is my character. I sent him a little gif of, who was it? It was one of those, like, are you there? It might have been Jim Carrey looking into the lens it was some character. And this dude replies back with, like, all types of profanity that I can't obviously regurgitate on this thread because that's not what we do. But I was like, okay, so you expressed interest that this is what you want and you don't want to take action on it. People are flaky. I mean, how many times, like, if you write a list, that's why I always say write your goals down. If you write a list of things you want and I don't check those off, like, to me that list is almost self-condemning. It's like, look at all the stuff you flaked out on, bro. And people are flaky, so that's reason number one. Reason number two, people are afraid. They are so fearful of what they don't know. They are of what's not certain. Like, people by nature, they are like, we are skittish beings. Like, we like what we know is going to happen, even if it's worse than what we could potentially be doing. Like, we'd rather be I made a video about this the other day. We'd rather be in a minimum wage, sucky job that we hate because, well, it's consistent income. Your soul is dying slowly every day, and you don't want to, like, go take a little bit of risk and work a little bit harder to get more reward or to make a change. So you're fearful. That makes jobs difficult, right? And so as a coach, it's your job to talk them through it and say, look, here's what you can do. Here's all these people who have done it. Here's what I did. Here's my story. Here's, whatever. And then, every now and then we'll get, I just don't know. Like, I just don't, like, what if? You got to put those fears, you got to bury those fears. And that's honestly one of the biggest things jiu-jitsu has taught me and a lot, obviously many other people. It'll bury those fears. It'll crush those fears because there's just no place for them. And it's like, one of the greatest things I'm glad I gotten out of jiu-jitsu is quick decision. Like, I remember I was watching a DVD, this is back before YouTube, a DVD of Saulo Ribeiro, instructional, and he was like, sometimes you guys just he's got that thick Portuguese accent, he's like, you have to accept the position, just accept the position, he's saying, accept what's happened and move on from it, like, don't cry over spilled milk. Reason number two. Reason number three, I kind of touched on it, people just don't like change. Like, they don't like change, it's like, my wife Amanda, it's like Christmas when she gets a new iPhone or a new phone or new whatever tech gadget. I hang on to my phone as long as pretty much till it quits working. You know, when it starts glitching up and like you go to text and then like nothing will happen, and then all those letters will come up at once and everything's misspelled. Like till it glitches up is how I keep technology, because I hate changing my phone. You got to set it up. Honestly, it gets to the point we leave Verizon, I just hand it all to Amanda because she loves that stuff. She's a freak like that. I can't handle it. So people don't like change. I mean, if you're gonna get someone in on a schedule like Jiu-Jitsu and you're like, hey, cool, excellent. If you want to see results, you got to get here like 2 or 3 days a week. They're like, oh, well, I got to do, If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Like, if you don't change anything, how can you expect it? If you don't change your routine or change your action or change circumstances, how can you expect anything to change in what you're going after? Like, it's insanity to perform the same actions and expect a different result. Like, that's the definition, right? And so people just like change. That makes it very difficult for coaches. And again, all of this is prefaced by the fact that you're dealing with human emotions. You're dealing with people got pride. People have got, you're dealing with a human being that you can't like. You gotta handle them like almost like a therapist, if you will. You know, you can't just be like, look, here's what you do. I'll write you a checklist. I'll fill this out, and here you go. Yeah, have a great day. Because they just won't do it. They won't do it on themselves. There's the reason they're reaching out to you. If they could do it on their own, well, they would be like one of the 1% self-motivated people who could write their goals, chase their goals, and they don't need you. So the fact that they're seeking you out makes it difficult. And then, what was it? Number 4. This one is probably the hardest. People don't want to hear that they're wrong. Okay, so they're fearful, they don't like change, and they're flaky. And so when you see what people want to do, like, hey, I want to get in shape, I want to learn self-defense, even outside of jiu-jitsu realm, I want to get a job, I want to move out, I want this, I want that. Cool. What are you doing now for that? Well, I'm not really doing anything. Okay? You need to change that. Which they're like, okay, cool. No, you need to change that, and here's what you need to cut out. That what you've been doing is wrong so far. Like, how can you expect to get results like that? A lot of people, that hurts our pride. We don't like to hear that. People got big pride. Everybody's got pride. I don't care. They might do a better job of managing it, but everybody has got pride. And so telling somebody, case in point, I actually had I had a guy. He was it was cool. He ended up signing up. He became a member. But in the process, I was like, hey man, so what do you? He's like, I want to get in shape. I used to do martial arts, yada yada. I was like, cool. What are you doing right now? Nothing. And I smelled cigarette smoke on him when he came in. We did our class, and I smelled it on him. I was like, so you still you still smoking or whatever? He's like, yeah, I still smoke. I need to quit. I was like, cool. So when it came down to, we shared our packages, he's like, man, I don't know. He's like, I just don't know if I'd fit in the budget. I was like, how much do you smoke? He's like, like 2 packs a day. I was like, 2 packs a day? Back when I used to smoke, it was $5 a pack. How much is it now? He's like, it's like 7 or 8. And I was like, wow, 7 or 8? Okay, so that's stupid money. You're spending stupid money on something that's going to kill you. That's wrong. Change that. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I mean, I don't typically get too much into dissecting people's budgets, but I could, like I covered last video. I could tear apart most of America's budget and find out where they're messing up. But but people don't want to hear that. And so, even I struggle with like with Coach Muhammad sharing stuff with me. It's like, man, what do you mean? Like, I've been doing this for 8 years. What do you mean that's been wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this I've been doing that same pass for 6 years. How can that detail be wrong? But if you're not willing to kind of accept that rebuke and move forward with it, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna get better. And so all of these things are dealing with why it's difficult to deal with people and help coach them, because by and large, humans are very good at talking themselves out of things that are good for them. obvious example, McDonald's or Taco Bell, guilty as charged, or a healthy salad. The choice is obvious, but it's like, salad might be a little bit more money. I have to make a salad. You know, the fast food's here and now right away, you know, and that's a totally different atmosphere of delayed gratification versus immediate gratification. But keep those things in mind. You know, do any of those things apply to you? Do all of those things apply to you? If so, and you want results and you want change, you got to seek out a coach. Someone who's going to tell you what you don't want to hear all the time. You know, if you're just getting someone who's providing lip service and collecting check, they're defrauding you. Okay? If they're not challenging you to be better, if they're not telling you what, you know, pointing out what you're doing is wrong and where to change it, can them right away. You know? So that's it for Metro Drive, guys. I will, I am Coach David with Metro Jiu-Jitsu, metrojj.com. We are in Eureka in Southgate next to Planet Fitness. As always, I will see you guys on the mats.